Sorry this video is so late. That game put me into a small coma. Avs lose to the Dallas Stars 7-2. When you look at the team play of the Avs on a whole from this game, it really wasn't that bad, and in fact, their possession play was quite good. The problem came from individual mistakes on the defensive end almost always costing the Avs, and on the offensive end, despite good possession, there wasn't enough quality chances. Through most of the first, the Avs certainly felt like the better team, including a strong penalty kill and the vast majority of the better chances at 5-on-5. But as the game progressed, it started to become clear that the Avs half-court offense wasn't working as well as you would hope. We're over a quarter of the way through the season now, so there's plenty of footage out there showing for all teams what they have been going with for most of the year. I think it's partly that, and also the fact that we've played Dallas 4 times now, that they kind of have a good feel for what the Avalanche are trying to do in their setup offense. So while Dallas let us have possession of the puck, they were limiting our shots to the outside, and the Avs were settling for it. Besides the occasional shift where the Avs would get caught in their own zone or give up a dangerous rush, it really wasn't that bad through the first though. Until we get to major individual mistake number 1 with a little bit more than 5 minutes to go. Jamie Benn is going to fail to clear the puck up the boards for the Stars here, and Nieto is going to do a great job using his speed to track down the puck. The problem is, once he gets the puck, he's going to want to try and keep it in the zone by throwing it across the blue line without looking so it doesn't get knocked out. Unfortunately, he doesn't check first, and Seguin sneaks around to the side of him. He ends up passing it right onto Seguin's stick, and it's a breakaway the other way. Even Nieto's speed can't make up for it, and Seguin's pretty good at that offense thing. So that was a tough one after playing quality hockey, at least possession-wise, to make a big mistake like that. But it's only 1 goal, and if the Avs keep up this play, you're expecting they'll still be right in this one. And that's pretty much what it looks like. After the goal, the Avs go right back to generating the majority of chances and spending most of the time in the Dallas Stars zone. Unfortunately, the Avs have scored a lot of last-minute goals this year against Dallas, and this time it's Dallas who's going to pick up one of those. Seems like a pretty innocuous play. The puck is up at the far point and is just going to go across the blue line to Klingberg. Now keep an eye on how the Avs are set up here. Soderberg, the normal center, is playing out to charge the puck. You have Nieto charging the other point, so that leaves Blake Como as the F3 in the zone. As the puck goes across, there's going to be some contact in the middle of the ice, and Barberio and Como are going to get their wires crossed a little bit. When the puck comes across, initially Barberio is the high man, and he's going to end up coming across to the half boards to cover the man coming down the ice here. At the same time, Como, currently tied up with the man in the slot, is also going to slide over. So that leaves the man in the slot completely unattended, and as the puck goes back to Klingberg, he has a shooting lane that he's going to put it through here, and with Como too far away from the man in the slot, he can't tie up the stick. That sets it up for the initial tip, and then it gets tipped again by Seguin, and Bernier has no chance. We'll never know what would have happened if Radulov was covered correctly in the high slot there. It's totally possible that he may still have been able to get his stick on the puck. But at 5-on-5 hockey, to miss an assignment that badly and leave a guy completely unattended in the slot, that's not a good look. So now, after what felt like a decent period, you're down 2 heading into the intermission. You knew the Avs had to come out hard in the second period to stay in this one, and that's exactly what they do. You get some production from the line that you expect it from. Just 30 seconds into the period, Shore is going to make a weak little pass here, and McKinnon is just going to turn on the Jets and streak up the ice to create an odd man rush for the Avalanche. It's a 3-on-2 situation. McKinnon cuts to the near side. Compher is going to be the man driving to the net. That drives the defenseman back, forcing them to cover him and leaving Rantanen to skate up the far side. McKinnon does a good job to find Rantanen on the cross-ice pass. Rantanen takes his time and beats Lehtinen. And boom, just like that, it's right back to a 1-goal game, and if you keep playing like you are as the Avs, you know you can make an easy comeback here, especially because Dallas is on the second half of a back-to-back. And good to see Rantanen pick up a goal at 5-on-5. He really needs to up that goal-scoring production in even-strength situations, as that was just his 2nd of the year. If you can get him going at even strength to help alongside McKinnon, that line could really become deadly. But after that goal, it kind of feels the same as the first period. While the Avs are having quality possession and spending a lot of time in the offensive zone, you're not feeling that oomph from their chances. It doesn't feel like they're close to scoring a goal. They were getting plenty of shots, but it's not like you were sitting there going, wow, Lettinen is really standing on his head or anything. Most of the saves were pretty routine. Bednar opted to go with Bernier in this one, and after this second period, I think he may have come to regret that decision. It's a 3-on-2 situation for Dallas, a little bit less than 7 minutes into the second period. Shore is carrying the puck up the far boards, and eventually you're going to have Spezza being the man cutting down the middle, forcing the defense back. Both the defensemen in Johnson and Zadorov lose their gap a little bit, and Spezza manages to sneak in between them and get his stick in behind Johnson. From there, Shore sets him up with a pass, and Spezza just kind of touches it past Bernier's 5-hole. You really needed Bernier to make that save. It's not like it was ripped or anything like that, and he could have closed his 5-hole down on that one pretty easily, especially in a situation where you're in a 1-goal game that you're battling back after the first period. You really needed that one. To make matters worse, a little bit over a minute later, Bernier would end up getting yanked out of the game. Feels like we've seen plays like this 100 times already this season. With Radulov cutting in behind the Avalanche net, you're going to see all 5 Avs players get down below the hash marks and at the same time not cover the seam pass. It's not even a quality pass, but no Avs are close enough to even track down this puck, so it just flies to the far boards and is picked up by Patterson at the point. He sets up for it and just unleashes a missile. It's a great shot, and Bernier can't find it. You can't fault Bernier for that one. It was an absolutely perfect shot. But after just giving up a super softie a minute ago, you were hoping he could come up with a big save. And now it looks like the Avs are totally out of this one. So Varley comes in, and not long after, Dallas scores again, but a bit lucky for the Avs that it was goalie interference. They challenged, and the refs actually got this call correct. So, hey. Good job, refs. You did your job. Not long after, the half-court offense finally manages to break through for the Avs, with the veteran line getting it done. Barry's just going to throw a shot on net, creating a rebound, and it's going to pinball in front for a bit, and while that's happening, you have the Avs crashing the net, with Como on the far side, and Nieto already in front here. It eventually pops out to Como, and he throws it on net through the backhand. Somehow, it finds its way through Lettinen. Sometimes it takes some dirty ones, and it was nice to see the vet line come through like that. That's how they're adding quality time to this team. They can break through into situations like this where the team needs a spark. They really can show their value. The Avs trying to ruin the comeback bid by taking a penalty almost immediately after that goal, but they managed to kill that one off and then get a power play of their own. With their lack of goal scoring at 5-on-5 here, you could really use one off the power play, but besides one decent chance from the first unit, you really don't see much life out of the Avs. After that power play, we see the Avs get their first face-off violation penalty of the season. I'm not going to say anything about the penalty and whether it was the right call or not. All I'm going to say is, why did they come up with this penalty? It's stupid. It certainly doesn't speed up the game with the dropping of the puck, as usually the refs throw at least one guy out anyway, and on top of that, when you call the penalty, now you have to stop play, put a guy in the penalty box, and get all that figured out before you do in fact drop the puck. Beyond that, with the refs in control of when the puck drops, and the situation in a face-off being a battle to who can get to that puck first, it's hard to fault the players for occasionally jumping the gun when the ref is just holding the puck there and not dropping it. It's just a dumb penalty, and it shouldn't be in the game, in my opinion. Anyway, it didn't really have any effect on the game as the Avs killed the penalty easily. That was just my rant on why I think that penalty is idiotic. And the Avs remain down 2 heading into the second intermission. So not a pretty scoreboard, but you're thinking the Avs still are in this one with the possession they've been having. At the start of the third, you see Dallas start to drop into that turtle, and the event count goes low for both teams. Then another individual mistake would put the dagger in the Avs. Kerfoot collects the puck at the far half boards here, and he opts to hold it and assess his options. He holds it for long enough that the Dallas player eventually gets close enough to pressure him. From there, he's going to decide to skate back into his own zone, and as he's doing that, both of his defensemen are going to head up the ice, expecting him to throw it that way. Kerfoot opts to hold onto it and skate in towards the center of his own zone, and then ends up throwing a pass right into a Dallas player's skate as he's trying to hit Sam Girard coming up the far side. That causes a turnover, and with both defensemen moving in the wrong direction, it's an easy break for the Stars, and they end up beating Varley on the back pass. A bit of a reminder in bold letters that Kerfoot is still just a rookie in this league. While this one may have been the ugliest of all the individual mistakes in this game, it's also the one I'm most okay with because of that rookie status for Kerfoot. The veteran players I expect more out of and to know better because they've been in these situations a lot in the NHL. Kerfoot has not. These are the types of things that are gonna happen with rookies. Nonetheless, maybe don't do that again, eh, Kerfoot? From there, the rest of the game was pretty much garbage time. The Avs wouldn't generate much, and what they did generate, they couldn't finish on. And Dallas would eventually put one in the empty net to make it 6-2, and then tack on another one to make it 7-2. But the game was over when the Dallas Stars scored that 5th goal. So the possession was good, but the Avs need to find a way to change it up and get more quality chances out of that possession instead of settling for what teams are going to give them. And then on the defensive side, you just have to clean things up. Players can't be making those individual mistakes that often. Hopefully they got them all out in this one, as they seem to really pile up and they can put it behind them. The good news here is so far this year, when the Avs give up a big loss like this, they usually come back with a strong response in the next game. That is the end of this game video review. Thank you for watching. The Avs face their old compatriot in Ryan O'Reilly and the Buffalo Sabres tomorrow night, so hopefully they can finish off the homestand with a much-needed win here. I'm Rudo3, and giving up 7 goals is bad.